What would you give to taste immortality? In ancient times, a cosmic struggle simmered on the edge of chaos. Both Hindu gods and demons, driven by the same desire, sought a single elusive prize, Amrita, the nectar of immortality. Its power would make them invincible, placing them above all else. But Amrita wasn't easily found. It was hidden deep within the ocean of milk, guarded by the unknown. To claim it, the Hindu gods and demons, sworn enemies, struck an uneasy truce. They would work together, churning the vast ocean to bring the nectar to the surface. But this wasn't just a race for eternal life. The depths of the ocean held secrets far more dangerous than anyone could predict. As the forces of light and darkness stood side by side, their hands gripping the massive serpent Vasuki, the ocean began to stir. The stakes climbed higher with each pull of the churn, for hidden within the waters were treasures and terrors alike, creatures of legend waiting to be unleashed. The air crackled with anticipation as the fate of Hindu gods, demons, and the world itself hung in the balance. Would they find the key to immortality, or something far more powerful? The cosmic stage was set, and what emerged from the depths would change everything. To churn the infinite ocean of milk, the Hindu gods and demons needed more than mere strength. They required something colossal, something that could shake the very roots of existence. Their answer? Mount Mandara, a towering mountain, too vast for mortal or divine hands to easily manage. But how do you spin a mountain? They enlisted the help of Vasuki, the king of serpents, who coiled his immense body around the mountain like a giant rope. With Hindu gods on one side and demons on the other, they pulled, their collective might causing the mountain to twist and dive deep into the ocean's abyss. The waters roared in response, ancient and mysterious forces stirring beneath the surface. Every pull seemed to unlock something new, power, danger, and perhaps something far more treacherous. The churning had begun, but no one could predict what would emerge. Would it be the nectar of immortality they sought, or would the ocean yield darker, unforeseen consequences? With each turn of the mountain, the tension rose, and the fate of both Hindu gods and demons hung in the balance. The ritual had taken on a life of its own, and none could stop it now. As the ocean churned with growing intensity, the first treasures began to surface, each more awe-inspiring than the last. From the swirling depths, otherworldly creatures appeared, unlike anything the world had ever known. Uchchaihshravas, the seven-headed divine horse, soared into the sky, its magnificence breathtaking to behold. Not far behind came Airavata, the grand white elephant, emerging with a presence so regal it seemed to command the very air around it, a living symbol of divine power and majesty. The gifts of the ocean continued, and soon the celestial Apsaras rose, ethereal dancers, their beauty radiant, their movements as fluid and graceful as the waves themselves. Their entrance brought a sense of wonder and lightness to the scene. Yet, with each treasure that emerged, the tension deepened. The ocean, now a conduit of mystery, held secrets far beyond imagination. For beneath these gifts, something darker stirred, waiting, watching, as if it too was preparing to rise. What else, hidden in the shadowy depths, was about to be revealed? The air thickened with anticipation, for the treasures had only begun to show themselves. Not everything that rose from the depths of the churning ocean was a treasure. Alongside the gifts came a deadly curse, the venomous Hala. As the poison emerged, its dark fumes filled the sky, thick and suffocating, threatening to unravel the very fabric of creation. Panic seized the gods and demons alike as the poisonous fog began to choke the life from them. What had begun as a quest for immortality was swiftly turning into a nightmare that promised only death. Desperate, the gods turned to the one being who could face this lethal threat, Lord Shiva. With unwavering resolve, Shiva stepped forward, knowing the stakes. He gathered the deadly poison in his hands and drank it, letting its lethal force consume him. But instead of perishing, Shiva's divine power contained the poison within his throat, turning it a deep blue. From that moment, he became Neelkanth, the blue-throated one, protector of the world. Though the poison was neutralized, the moment left everyone shaken. The churning of the ocean, meant to grant the gods eternal life, had now revealed its dangers. Would the quest for immortality bring salvation, or would it summon something far more dangerous than they could control? The gods and demons, once bitter enemies, were now locked in a desperate race for the ultimate prize, Amrita, the nectar of immortality. With each turn of the churning ocean, tension mounted, and both sides readied themselves for an inevitable clash. As the coveted nectar finally surfaced, its divine glow filled the air, and both factions knew that only one side could claim it. But in the shadows of anticipation, deceit began to stir. The demons, led by their shrewd leaders, schemed to seize the Amrita for themselves, plotting to leave the gods powerless and defeated. However, the gods were not without their own tricks. Lord Vishnu, ever the master of strategy, devised a plan to turn the tide in their favor. Transforming into the enchanting Mohini, Vishnu used her mesmerizing beauty to captivate the demons, luring them into complacency. As their focus wavered, Mohini's charm held them in a spellbound trance, distracting them just long enough for the gods to act. But as the nectar lingered within reach, one question remained. Could the gods truly outwit their cunning foes, or would this be the moment the demons gained the upper hand? The stage was set for a dramatic final play, where every second would decide the fate of immortality. At long last, the Amrita surfaced, glowing with a brilliance that promised immortality to whoever dared to drink it. Gods and demons alike, their eyes burning with desperation, fixed their gaze on the shimmering nectar. It was the moment they had been waiting for, the culmination of their efforts. But the gods had a secret weapon. Mohini, Vishnu's enchanting avatar, stepped forward, her beauty so captivating it bewitched even the fiercest of demons. While they were entranced by her, Mohini smoothly passed the Amrita to the gods, and one by one they drank deeply, securing the eternal life they had fought so hard for. But not everyone was deceived. Among the demons, Rahu saw through the trickery. Silent and cunning, he slipped into the ranks of the gods, reaching for the nectar that would grant him immortality. As he drank, the sun and moon revealed his treachery, alerting Vishnu just in time. With a swift strike, Vishnu severed Rahu's head from his body. But Rahu had already consumed a few drops of the Amrita, and his head, now immortal, was doomed to chase the sun and moon across the sky for eternity, his endless pursuit creating the celestial drama of eclipses. The battle for Amrita had ended, but its echoes would ripple through the heavens forever. With the gods now immortal, the delicate balance of the universe shifted, and the fragile peace that once existed between the Devas and Asuras crumbled. The demons, who had lost their chance at the coveted Amrita, were plunged into despair, their bitterness growing as the gods cemented their dominance. But this victory was not just about gaining eternal life, it marked a turning point for the Devas. They were now the undisputed protectors of the cosmos, guardians of order in a universe that was always teetering on the edge of chaos. The churning of the ocean had done more than bring forth the nectar of immortality. It had unleashed mythical creatures, each a divine force in its own right: Uchchaihshravas, the celestial horse, and Airavata, the majestic elephant, beings that would forever play a role in the cosmic balance. But peace was fleeting. Though the Devas had triumphed, the battle had only changed the landscape, not ended the conflict. The churn had stirred not just the ocean, but the very forces of the universe. Its ripples would be felt for generations, shaping the destinies of gods, demons, and mankind in ways no one could have foreseen. The legend of Samudra Manthan is not just a story of gods and demons locked in a battle for power. It's a tale that stirs the imagination with its timeless struggle for immortality and the fine line between creation and destruction. As the great ocean of milk was churned, divine treasures and mystical beings emerged, each with a story of its own. Uchchaihshravas, the celestial horse, Airavata, the magnificent white elephant, and the ethereal Apsaras. These were not just rewards, but symbols of something deeper: perseverance, beauty, and grace. But as with all great tales, danger and wonder go hand in hand. The poison that rose from the depths nearly threatened to destroy everything, while the nectar of immortality dangled just out of reach. The gods and demons, once united, soon turned to deceit and cunning, each determined to seize their prize. Even now, the story of Samudra Manthan remains vivid, reminding us of the delicate balance that shapes the world, the constant push and pull between creation and collapse. And so, as long as the world continues to turn, the ocean of milk will churn, and the legends it holds will ripple through time, never fading from memory.